Alright, y'all, welcome back to another catalog flip through. Lionel has just released their Volume 2 catalog about the 250th anniversary of America, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this. So here we go. Here's the table of contents. Okay, so right off the bat, we have some American 250 locomotives. These are the Legacy SD40-2s. So the Wheeling and Lake Erie and Reading and Northern both got into the Bicentennial spirit early with red and white and blue SD40s-2s. These fantastic paint schemes show off their patriotism and corporate pride. Both are available either powered or non-powered. Powered units include road-specific details and lighting, including operating front and rear ditch lights. So here's the Reading and Northern and the Wheeling and Lake Erie. So the Legacy SD40s feature kinetic pilot for couplings on curves. Standard Legacy features an all-powered locomotives length of 17 inches and a minimum curve of 54. And there's also the Canadian National and Canadian National, both in different color schemes. These are the ES44s. Canadian National was among the first of the major railroads to introduce 250th commemorative locomotives, and they were an immediate hit. Number 2026 is patterned after the proposed Air Force One paint scheme, while 1776 carries a striking Screaming Eagle scheme in a salute to America's history and military. The paint schemes have been so much requested that they're offering both in full Legacy and non-powered units in O scale. Be sure not to miss out on this popular duo. So for the features, they have kinetic pilot for closer coupling on curves. Standard Legacy features in all-powered locomotives. All-powered locomotives in a length of 19 inches and a minimum curve of 60. Here we go. And there's also a Reading and Northern caboose. It has the Road of Anthracite logo on it and the American color scheme. It features die-cast trucks, operating couplers with hidden tabs, detailed interior figures, LED illuminated interior with marker lamps, length of 9 5/8 inches, and a minimum curve of 0.31. So here are some more American 250 locomotives. CPKC was one of the first of the large railroads to introduce a commemorative locomotive for America's 250th anniversary. ET44 776 was the first of 5 planned locomotives. Stay tuned for the future Lionel announcements as these units debuted. In addition to several other commemorative locomotives traveling with Big Boy 4014 for the 250th tour, Union Pacific also addressed one of their ET44s, number 47, in a patriotic tribute to President Trump. Lionel is bringing both of these striking paint schemes back to you on your highly detailed scale ET44 models. Loaded with road-specific detailing, both are available with Legacy and non-powered. So here's the CPKC and the Union Pacific. And as you can see, the features, they feature standard Legacy features plus LED truck, walkway, and control stand illumination, ditch lights, schematic pilots, road-specific details, length of 19 3/4 inches, and a minimum curve of 0.54. And here is the BNSF's trio of ES44s. Are the tribute to America's with a nod to paint schemes worn by both Burlington, Northern, and Santa Fe units in 1976 with different graphics on both sides. These will look good together on paired with another power. So here's 1776 as shown right here. 2026 and 250. Both of these are not shown. And here is the the caboose. With so many amazing new 250 locomotives, we designed a classic caboose that could pair with any of them. It is perfect. It is the perfect complement to all of your patriotic contests. So, the caboose itself, it features LED interior illumination and flashing rear end light, detailed interior wood figure die-cast trucks with rotating bearing caps, operating couplers with hitting tabs, easy conversion to scale wheels or couplers not included, separately applied details, length of 10 and 1/8 inches in a minimum curve for R31. And here we have an American Celebration lighted flagpole. It features plug-and-play expand, some assembly required, LED illumination lights on the base of the flagpole, 2 flags on heavy string. Dimensions are approximately 3 1/4 inches, square base footprint, 11 1/4 inches in height. There's also the Norfolk Southern 250th locomotives. They have 1776, 2026, and 250. Some of these are legacy and some of these are non-powered. And for the features, for the powered, they have standard legacy details, feature plus operating ditch lights, road-specific details. The non-powered features operating couplers, road-specific details, length of 17 and 1/2 inches, and a minimum curve of 036. And here are some more Norfolk Southern diesels. They have 8096, 8118, and 8143. They also feature kinematic pilot for closer coupling on curves, standard legacy features in all powered locomotives, length of 19 inches, and a minimum curve of 060. And these are an all new product, by the way. And here is the big boy itself. The full Freedom train is a hardy American feast fit for a big boy. Our Vision Big Boy is a fitting what-if power choice, and the new machine water tender would look great behind your GS4 T1s as well. For a full list of all our 2026 Big Boys and their features, see our special May catalog and check with your dealer or LionelStore.com for availability. It also has the Eagle ornament, it has Bluetooth and Legacy. For the features, it has depleting coal tender load in coal-fired versions, whistle steam, blow-down steam, 3-speaker sound system, safety valve system, length of 32 inches and a minimum curve of 072, oil tender, removable smoke lifters. And there's also the American Freedom Train Legacy AUX water tender, number 2026. It has legacy control, legacy rail sounds, including freight sounds and motion, fuel service and dialogue, sequence when stopped, rear electrocouplers, direction of rear headlight, length of 10 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. And there's also the flat cars, filling the final missing link for our American Freedom Train series. These newly tooled 85-inch flat cars are the proper match for the 1976 contest. All 3 cars are offered individually for appropriate loads to come soon. There's flat car 30, 31, and 32. Both of these are not shown. It has new tooling and new product. So for the features, it has movable bridge plates, separately applied details, kinematic operating couplers, die-cast trucks with rotating bearing caps, length of 21 and 1/4 inches, and a minimum curve of 054. And we have now come across the American Atlantic. A train as iconic as its country represents. As railroads grew in the late 19th century, so did America, ringing in the frontier, igniting as an industrial immigration boom, redefining time and distance and building fortunes large and small. The railroads transform American life, bringing some of the glided age home to your layout. With the new Legacy Atlantic and matching passenger cars, more than just a patriotic tribute, this train is a salute to the American spirit. So for the features, it has swinging bell, whistle steam, a tethered tender drawbar for improved electrical pickup, control switches relocated to boiler domes, improved gearbox design, length of 18 and 1/2 inches, and a minimum curve of 31. And there's also a I say US twice, but anyway, there's also a USA Wood Station Sounds Diner car. It's a Madison car. It's accessible with Legacy Trainmaster control system. Custom recordings featuring multiple characters allow you to recreate an entire rail journey from departure to arrival at your final destination. Arrival and departure announcements, dining reservation calls, more and more route dialogue, quickly clack, sounds in motion, length of 17 and 1/4 inches, and a minimum curve of 42. And over here, they have some American Wood passengers, 2-pack A, 2-pack B, and 2-pack C. The baggage cart is white, and it's an all-new product. So, the wood passenger cars feature flicker-free LED lighting, molded plastic interiors with figures, die-cast sprung trucks, easy conversion to scale couplers, length of 17 and 1/4 inches, and a minimum curve of 42. And there's also the celebrating the Bicentennial. They have the Legacy GP18 features, or the Legacy GP18, I say. While we celebrate 250 years, we've also been looking back at some of the amazing paint schemes introduced for 200. Missouri Pacific's rebuilt GP18 saw time on the American Freedom Train and represented here with all new tooling. They offer both Burlington Northern's Bicentennial SD40-2 recently, so why not a matching U-boat to go with it? It wasn't just locomotives, railroads, and private owners. Also repainted a variety of rolling stock and even trailers and containers for the celebration. We've got classic caboose from the Southern Pacific, American colored boxcar, and even some special trailers, and to add some fireworks to your contest. So there's the Missouri Pacific. Actually, there's two road numbers as well. So they have for the features, they have legacy control, Bluetooth control, legacy rail sounds, fan-driven smoke, length of 19 inches, and a minimum curve of 31. And here is the Burlington and Northern Legacy U30C, number 1776. It has, why does it say whistle steam? It ain't a steam engine. But anyway, it has whistle steam, road-specific details, length of 19 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. And there's also the American Railroad 40-inch plug door boxcar, number 7297. It features a plug door, die-cast metal trucks, operating couplers with hidden tabs, length of 10 and 1/4 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. There's also the Southern Pacific Bay window caboose, 1776. And here are the two Bicentennial 40-inch trailers. And there's 2-pack. It has two unique trailers, interchangeable open and closed door ends, flexible mud flaps, attachable to Lionel tractor trucks, and TOFC flat cars sold separately, a length of 10 inches. And there's also the Milwaukee Road Bicentennial. By 1976, most of the Milwaukee signature passenger equipment had found homes on other railroads, but wouldn't match set in red and white and blue and have looked wonderful for our Bicentennial. We thought so, inspired by Milwaukee's SD40-2s. This S3 and matching the passenger contests represent one of the greatest excursions that never happened. Thankfully, we can't tell you the story a little bit differently on our own model words. So, this engine right here is number 267, the Bicentennial. It has cylinder seam, emergency stoplight, safety valve steam, chromatic drawbar, length of 28 inches, and a minimum curve of 054. And it now has a safety valve system. And there's also some coaches as well. A station signs diner car. and the Milwaukee Road Bicentennial aluminum 2-pack, and the Milwaukee Road Bicentennial aluminum 4-pack. Now, the Station Sounds Diner features accessible with legacy Trainmaster control system. Custom recordings feature multiple characters, allow you to recreate an entire rail journey from departure to arrival in your final destination. Arrival, departure announcements, dining, reservation calls, and more en route dialogue. Clickety clack sounds in motion. Length of 17 1/4 inches. A minimum curve of 42. And the passenger cars feature flicker-free LED lighting, detailed interiors, schematic couplers, easy to conversion to couplers. Available separately, die-cast couplers and operating couplers. Length of 18 inches. A minimum curve of 54. And that's a Vista Dome car, by the way. I think that is. Oh, they got a Mikado. But anyway, here are the patriotic LionChief Plus 2.0 engines. Here's the Illinois Central Gulf LionChief GP38, the Grand Trunk and Western. And there's also the Conrail and Reading and Northern. These LionChief GP38 diesels feature patriotic liveries honoring American pride, alongside a forward-looking hydrogen-themed design. See page 115. Bluetooth equipped for operation, the Cab 3 app, or by the universal remote. These are sold separately. Each locomotive includes LED directional lighting and rail sound effect with horn and bell and diesel sounds background. For the features, they have Bluetooth equipped control with the Lionel Cab 3 or app or universal remote, sold separately. Continuous run mode option, engine runs forward automatically, sealing through sounds at a fixed speed, no remote required. Rail sounds, RC sound system with diesel revving and background sounds, horn bell and railroad dialogue. Lionel voice control, LVC, run your locomotive by speaking commands into your phone via Lionel Cab 3 app. Operating headlight, dual powerful maintenance-free motors. Operating couplers, interior illuminated cab interior, remote not included. Length of 14 3/4 inches and a minimum curve of 31. And there's also a Mikado. I really wish Lionel would redo all the Mikados and they would put like the bell in front. And yeah. And there's also some Independence boxcars. You can celebrate America's story with the beautifully crafted train boxcars in honor iconic figures and moments from the nation's past. Each piece is proudly printed in assembly in the U.S., bringing authentic craftsmanship to your collection. They have General Washington, the Green Mountain Boys, Independence Hall, and Liberty Bell. So for the features, they have printed and assembly in the U.S., opening doors, metal wheels, metal knuckle couplers, waiting for reliable operation, length of 10.5 inches, and a minimum curve of 0.27. And here are some more of these independent boxcars. They have Molly Pitcher, Patrick Henry, and Betsy Ross. And here are the states boxcars. They have Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Virginia, New York, North Carolina, and Rhode Island. And here are some Vision Line stuff. Here's the big boy, which it looks like now. And the Union Pacific big boy with the smoke lifters. And the water tenders. And the caboose as well. I think I like both of these models right here. I can tell they look very good. So both of these big boys have legacy and Bluetooth equipped. And yeah. Here's 4004, 4018. I'm pretty sure these are the big boys that we saw in the that Vision Line big boy catalog we saw back in a few weeks back. And here is the Milwaukee 261. 261 has turned heads ever since her return to steam more than 30 years ago, and now with the beautiful matched fleet of passenger cars, resplendent in orange and maroon, the friends of the 261 can put together a spectacular consist with the Superdome and Skytop Lounge. The views from inside are just special. With the reintroduction of our aluminum 18-inch passenger cars and our improved Milwaukee S3, there's never been a better time to bring this living history experience to your layout. So the 261 right there. By the way, 261 is still running. And here's the Station Sounds Diner, a 2-pack passenger car and a 4-pack. And here's some more color schemes as well. There's the black Hiawatha. I don't know how you spell it anyway. It's very confusing. And there's also a yellow color scheme. It basically looks like Union Pacific. And there's 2 more of these. There's the 268, 264, and the 265. This one has the inspired livery, a matte finish, or the matte black finish, and the gloss. There's also some Russian decapods. They have Santa Fe, Detroit, Toledo, and Irons and Legacy Russian decapod, Missouri Pacific and Legacy, Nashville, Chattanooga, and St. Louis, Susquehanna, and the Western Maryland. So all of these have standard legacy features plus railroad specific details, swinging bell, whistle steam, length with 19 inches, and a minimum curve of 031. There's also the E6 Atlantics. They have 460, 1600, and another 460. Now these cars right here, they look like they are the Strasbourg looking ones. They're based on Strasbourg L.E. Brenner. These new cars will help you bring some fine dining to your turn of the century passenger service. These cars feature all the same features of our more modern Station Sounds Diner in a newly tooled car appropriate for the modern excursions or glided age trains. So the E6 features swinging bell, whistle steam, tether tender, drawbar for improved electrical pickup, control switches, relocated to boiler domes, improved gearbox design, length of 18.5 inches, a minimum curve of 031. And there's also the Pennsylvania Limited. There are the coaches right there. It's actually a Station Sounds Diner Valentin, a 2-pack A, 2-pack B, and 2-pack C. Now 2-pack A features a baggage car and a passenger car, a combination car and a passenger car, and yeah. Here's some more. There's the Great Northern. And here are some more Atlantics. There's the Rock Island, Legacy Atlantic, and the Chicago Northwestern. And here's the New York Central. There's the Atlantic, and there's the New York Central System Wood Station Sounds Diner. And the New York Central Wood Passenger 2-pack A, 2-pack B, and the New York Central Wood Passenger 2-pack C. That's a usual design for a... Anyway, there's the Union Pacific, and the same thing right here. And here are some CXS Heritage units. Here's the CXS Georgia, the CXS Louisville, Nashville, the Monon, the Pure Marquette, and the Seaboard. So the standard legacy features plus schematic pilot for closer coupling on curves, length of 19 inches, and a minimum curve of 60. So they have different road numbers right there. Or actually, I think they might be the same. Yeah, they might be the same. Sorry about that. Oh, so here are the Norfolk Southern Landmark series. Here's the 8184 Altoona, 8183 Chicago, and 1230, 1231. I think I saw some of these locomotives on TVRM's virtual rail fan camera passing by Grand Junction, and yeah. And here is the Norfolk Southern Landmark bay window caboose. So the ES44s features standard legacy features plus commemorative pilot for closer coupling on curves, length of 19 inches and a minimum curve for 060. And the SD70 ACE features standard legacy diesels feature plus operating ditch lights, or specific details, length of 17.5 inches and a minimum curve for 036. And here are some more road numbers. They have the NS Delaware, BNSF, Union Pacific, some more Union Pacifics, the QNSL, and the KCSD Mexico. So, yeah, pretty much that. These are all new products. Here's the BNSF LNG SD70 ACE freight set. So it has I think that might be a tank car in the middle. I've never seen that before. So they have like 3 box cars, 2 hopper cars, 2 tank cars, and 2 diesels. 2 legacy diesels, I'd say. And here are some U30Cs. They have the Burlington and Northern, Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, the Soo Line, Union Pacific, CXS, the Department of Transportation, and Louisville, Nashville. And here is the Detroit Edison Coltrane set. So this is a dump gondola 4-pack. Detroit Edison Coltrane set. And these 2 diesels up there, 07 and 09. The Santa Fe, or these are actually some SD40-2s. They have the Santa Fe Conrail, GATX, MKT, Rock Island, and Seaboard system. These are legacy, and yeah. And here are some GP18s. They have the Boston and Maine, East Penn Railroad, Illinois Central, Louisville and Nashville, Norfolk Southern, and the Susquehanna. So for the features, they have legacy control, Bluetooth control, legacy rail sounds, fan-driven smoke, and length of 14 and 1/4 inches and a minimum curve of 31. And here are some S4s. They have the Boston and Maine, Chesapeake and Ohio, Milwaukee Road, New York Central, Legacy, Seaboard, and Union Pacific with fixed pilots. All of these have fixed pilots. Here's some milk cars. Each of these have different road numbers. They have the Atlantic Pacific, Central Vermont, Chicago Northwestern, Missouri Pacific, Seaboard, and Soo Line. And here are some beer cars. The Anheuser-Busch, Clydesdale, the Conrail, LLBX, Cotton Belt, Burlington and Northern, Union Pacific, and Santa Fe. Why out of all things would they be carrying beer? For some reason I don't understand. And here are some bay window cabooses. They have the Burlington Northern, Erie Bay window, New York Central, Rock Island. So they had LED interior illumination, rear light, detailed interior figure, die-cast trucks with rotating bearing caps, operating couplers with hidden tabs, e-conversion to scale wheels or couplers, separately applied details, length of 10 and 1/8 inches in the minimum curve of 31. They have some PS2CD hopper cars. They have the Santa Fe, Central Soya, Erie Lackawanna, Gulf Mobile in Ohio, Milwaukee Road, Norfolk and Western. And these are actually line scale rolling stock. Some 50-inch tank cars. Some 50-inch box cars. Some insulted box cars. They have the American Cool Load, Canadian Pacific, Grand Trunk and Western, Frisco, and Santa Fe. They have some wood-sided reefers. Some of them are in different road numbers. They have the Argo Woodside, Harmel, Minneapolis, and St. Louis, Sioux Line, Northwestern, Pacific Fruit Express. Yeah. They have some standard old rolling stock. They have some hoppers. They have the BNSF, Burlington and Northern, CXS, Norfolk Southern, Reading and Northern, and Somerset Rotary Gondola 2-pack. Here are some scale passenger diners. They have the Royal Blue, New York Central, Pennsylvania, the Trippy Trains Skytop Lounge, Abraham Canadian Western Skytop, Canadian National Aluminum, Canadian National Aluminum Station Sounds Diner, and the 4-pack down there. Finally, they got 4501 in the... Oh my god. What? Yo. I was wondering when they're gonna do it. Wow. I saw this on Divine Art. Someone drew a fan art concept of this, and they finally canoned it. I cannot believe it. This one right here, this got my attention, so good job, Lionel. But either way, they have the New Haven and Denver and Rio Grande Western, the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe. All of these Mikados feature operate via Bluetooth using Universal Remote or Cab 3 app, operating via command control using TMCC or Legacy Cab app, operate via control transformer lashed up with similar LCC locomotives and command control, speed control, voice control, and run your locomotive by speaking commands into your phone, LionChief app. They have steam engine and background sounds, whistle, 5-pitch levels, bell, pitch levels, and crew talk, tower comm, fans and smoke, rear electric couplers, power for maintenance through motors, operating headlights, diecast trucks, diecast spoiler and frame, crew figure, cab light, length of 19 inches, and a minimum cover for R31. I really wish Lionel would put the bell in front, but either way, this 4501 model looks amazing. Here are some motorized, some more of these, and Army. Here are the Area 51 Railroad. This is the Space Defense Division, the Area 51 radar car, the QNSET hut, the Area 51 TMCC early inspection vehicle. And here we have some Star Wars products. They have the New Republic, Imperial Mobile Defense Station, some billboards, and a Star Wars Kyber Crystal Illuminated Hopper, and a Star Wars Death Star Power Station. There's also the Lionel Lines 264 inspired freight set with Bluetooth 5.0, the Lionel Lines coal dump, and the diecast. Yeah, pretty much that. So the set features steam locomotive, some fast track to build a layout, a boxcar, a dump car, and a caboose. Here's the American Defense GP38 freight set with Bluetooth, American Front Watch radar car, the American surplus Quinset Hut, and the American Frontier Watch radar car. So this set features a diesel, a flat car with 2 airships, or I don't know what you call them. I think that might be a launch car, and a caboose with the floodlight. And here's some Lionel 262s. They have the New York Central, Lionel Lines, Pennsylvania, Great Northern, and some Lionel LionChief GP38s. They have the BNSF and Canadian Pacific. There's some Harry Potter products and NASA. And here's some railroad history boxcars, along with some different brand boxcars. They have Wings of Angels and some Wings of Angels caboose. Yeah. And here's the personalization. The personalized birthday boxcar, anniversary, family, and a welding car, a Pennsylvania wiring welding car, a CXS ballast dump, and Union Pacific ballast dump. And here's the Halloween Russian decapod, and some personalized boxcar, an inspection vehicle, and the Halloween Wood Station Sounds Diner. And here's the Polar Express, big boy. And there's nothing much of it. They have we saw this big boy before, and there's also the Polar Express Legacy AUX water tender. We saw that big boy before. And here's an Atlantic with the passenger cars. And here's some more Christmas stuff. They have a dump car and a welding car and a radar car and the Elf on the Shelf. Here's some more accessories. And I think that might be it. Well, that will wrap up the Lionel Volume 2 catalog. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. If there was one thing and one thing only that I was interested in that catalog, it had to be the 4501. They finally got it in green. What the heck? And when I tell you that looks good, it looks good. Let me know if y'all are interested in this, because this has caught my attention. Like seriously. Anyway, that is it for today's catalog. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. And as always, please be sure to like, comment, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all again for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.